interested in the kind of image that is handed to us about the Mailand as being extremely trendy and very like polished and very much like where the art kid goes. And I was curious if there was maybe a alternative vision or map of that, and so I was curious if there was a link between perhaps underground music communities and gentrification. I had moments in the process where I was really confused because I'd be like, wait, whose story am I telling and which slice of community am I trying to interview? And like what I was able to do was just take a segment from sort of the viewpoint of like subversives or people who don't match the image. I just chose like 3 sub-communities, and I could have chosen many more. I chose punks, DIY musicians, and those were their little titles, but they could probably mix together and they probably branch out. This piece was about walking the train tracks, and the train tracks brought you to different places around the Mailand. So they brought you to where La Plante used to be, they brought you to Nouvel Établissement, which is where Outrageous, which is a rave that Mossy organizes, a QTBIPOC DJ. They brought you to a place where people were singing together collectively on the train tracks. And so they're bringing you to pretty subversive, like illegal spaces. The train tracks themselves are illegal to walk on, and I think that was a sort of symbolic little nod to sometimes it's illegal and healing for marginalized folks. Coming out of the other side of this documentary, I noticed that the joy and the like celebration that I was able to sort of partake in the Mailand was built on so much work and so much like resistance and activism from queer people of color. And I think I wasn't aware of that as much when I was in it, and I was like 18, and now I'm like, wow, there are real struggles, and there is the police. Noise complaints don't just affect one evening, like, oh no, now we have to go. That's how, as a white party goer, I would experience that. But to actually see how one noise complaint caused by gentrification in a space that used to be a lot more welcoming for marginalized folks, how that can have a ripple effect and affect people of color, queer people of color long term. So it's like they built their reputation and of cool, and now they're forced to leave. Making this piece has made me realize that music is about organizing people. It's about coming together. It's about resisting. It's about trying even if you're not great. It's about dancing together. And so when you look at a neighborhood and you look at the music's history, you're really basically looking at subversives organizing themselves and celebrating.